Hey, happy Saturday, everybody. Just wanted to make a quick little video about predictive programming and how even within that people are misled and misdirected. Um, it was brought on because I was watching this comedic review of the new Borderlands movie, and in that I saw a picture of one of the scenes in that movie, and something stood out to me and made me giggle. And then I didn't hear anybody on the alternative media or on Instagram or any TikTok or anything talking about it. So and it made me think of another movie that recently came out where everybody was talking about it, but they were talking about the wrong things. But in the I was watching the comedic review of the Borderlands movie, and in that it was a nighttime scene, and in that nighttime scene, the moon had a secondary and smaller companion moon, and I thought it was pretty funny because it mirrors exactly what we're seeing pictures of right now with our supposed second moon. Um, that's never happened before in recorded human history, but is not supposed to be a big deal. But it made me think again back to that "Leave the World Behind" movie. Okay, everybody wanted to talk about that. Oh, the predictive programming in that one. China's gonna, Russia and China are gonna attack the United States from within, and this, that, and the other thing. But that was all misdirection. Okay, the important things in that movie was one, the big picture, the art piece that's on the wall in the main living area. Nobody caught this. Well, I don't. Nobody brought it up if they did. That is a picture of a capture of the Schumann resonance. Uh, res, Resonance. Um, Earth's magnetic pulse is called the Schumann resonance because Dr. Schumann's the first one that recognized it and recorded it. But when things like major outbursts from the sun happens, or coincidentally, whenever CERN turns on their collider, the Schumann resonance absolutely freaks out. It's kind of like the graphics of sound waves when you're recording your voice or something, and it jumps up and down and gets crazy, and then when it quiets out, it kind of smooths out. A Schumann resonance is like that. Okay, but when things interact with our planet electromagnetically to a degree, that thing freaks out. Okay, so that picture in that movie that's on the back of the wall changes 3 different times. If you go and look at that movie, okay, when you first see the painting, and then the second time you see the painting, and then towards the end of the movie when you see that painting, there's 3 different signatures there. Okay, that is showing you the changes in the Schumann resonance when this catastrophe uh, comes, and when it's starting, when it hits the tipping point, whatever you want to call it. All right. Um, Anybody want to go and look at the Schumann resonance information? It's been going absolutely bonkers with all of the solar flares and the reduction in the power of our magnetic field around the planet, all that good stuff. Okay, so you take that into combination with the second thing in that movie that I didn't see anybody talking about. Um, the main bedroom where Ethan Hawke and Julia Roberts where they sleep every night. And I kind of you gotta smile at the sadistic poetry in this one. But the clueless white bread family that are encroaching on the black family's home, they sleep in that bed perfectly comfy every night, no trouble sleeping. They go right to sleep and have their 40 winks, wake up feeling refreshed. But did anybody notice what the painting was on behind the bed? Think about it. What was behind the bed? What was the picture? A huge tidal wave. And it was a huge picture. I mean, it covers it's bigger than the queen size bed or king size bed that they're in. Okay, this picture is bigger than that. It's a huge tidal wave, and that's all there is to it. There's no buildings, no boats. It's just a huge tidal wave looming over this clueless family's head, getting ready to crash down upon them. Okay? So, anybody that knows anything about the 3,600 year cycle of this planet and the catastrophe cycle that we go through, and you look at that, the direct pointing at the Schumann resonance, and then you look at the metaphor of a tidal wave right over an unsuspecting family's head. And I mean, you have to just laugh at how poetic that is, because they are telling you your planet is going through huge changes and will go through huge changes that is going to smash you figuratively and literally like a tidal wave. But everybody wanted to talk about, the drones. Oh, another thing. Okay, here's another thing. Got that just, now that I'm thinking about it. In that movie, there's that big sound. Sounds like a horn or a trumpet or something. But they never explain that. Okay. You gotta, for this one, you have to know, it goes into cymatics, it goes into sound waves, it goes into magnetism, and that goes into a lot. And I don't have the time to explain all that here. But in a time when the rotation of this planet and when the magnetism of this planet get affected on a certain level in this event that's coming up, you will hear stuff like that in the sky. Because, interactions like that at certain frequencies create sound. We've done experiments on it. It's pretty well known. Coincidentally, that's my idea of in the Bible, the Book of Revelations, when they talk about the trumpets and whatnot. I think that's what it is. The signs and the signs will be in the sky and heard in the sky. All that good stuff. But so when you're talking about predictive programming, you gotta look beyond the misdirection. Okay, everybody wanted to talk about the interactions of the characters, and oh my God, this the white family overrunning the black family's territory, and how rich people, they don't know how to take care of themselves, and the outside influences are trying to get us to fight each other, and blah blah. That's all side stuff, and stuff like that will come. The kid's teeth. Okay, the one kid that his teeth start falling out and his gums are bleeding and stuff. That is radiation exposure. Okay. The only reason that you would get around that is you're in a radioactive area, or you get bombarded with electromagnetic rays, which will start to happen to people once the magnetic field in this planet gets to a certain level of weakness. It's already happening. You can ask anybody. They feel how much hotter the sun is. Okay, I'm a ginger. I am acutely aware of how the skin feels on my body. And I can tell you, in the last few years, there is a decided uptick in the intensity. It can be 70 degrees outside, but if you're out in the direct sunlight, you are frying, okay? Coincidentally, if you have metal in your mouth from dental work and you are being bombarded with solar radiation, your teeth are going to fall out. Your gums are going to start to bleed, okay? So they are telling you what's going to happen without telling you. And all the while, they're pointing at all the stupid crap, the circles and the rat wheels that they're going to make you run through. And they're pointing at that and saying, that's what you need to pay attention to. That's the conspiracy theory. That's what you need to go nuts on. All the while laughing because they told you exactly what's coming and you didn't even look at it. So a 10-minute rant off of just something I saw in the middle of a movie review. Yeah. Happy Saturday.